in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Happy 1977!
blues song I did about a month and a half ago. Well, so long. Oh, how I hate to see you go. Yeah, it's so long. Oh, how I hate to see you go. Yeah, the way that I will miss you. Child, I guess you'll never know. We've been together so long to have to separate this way. We've been together so long to have to separate this way. Why don't you reconsider, baby? Hope you'll come back home someday. Play blues, James, play blues. Separate this way. Yeah, together so long. We'll have to separate this way. I'm gonna let you go now, baby. Let you come back home someday. That's it.
Some believe the story on the plaque of Madison's place in Elvis Presley history. Some think it's urban legend.
The limo stops right here at a red light like it is now.
Bruce Fry, a 20-year-old fan at the time, and former limo driver Eric Schumacher were there to experience it firsthand. Elvis Presley was in Madison for a concert on June 24, 1977. As he sat in a limo at the corner of Highway 51 and East Washington, Fry just happened to be in a car behind him. Schumacher was driving the limo. A few feet away at a gas station parking lot, two teens were beating up the boy in this picture.
Elvis says, "Hold up there, boy." So, of course, I stopped. The person I recognized as Elvis Presley immediately jumped out of the limo and walked directly over to confront the two boys beating him up. He was standing just like this, and the boys were doing the punches, and he said, "I'll take you on right now." And that's when they looked back, and they were just stunned.
Fry was pretty stunned himself.
In fact, when I went up to Elvis, just after he confronted him, he had a big grin on his face, like he was very entertained by the way it turned out and by the reaction he got from those two boys. So
I remember him getting back in, and he was smiling and kind of laughing. And
one night with you is what I'm now praying for. The thing that we two could plan would make my dreams come true. Just call my name and I'll be right by your side. I need your sweet helping hand. My love's too strong to hide. Always lived very quiet life. I never did no wrong much. Now I know that life without you has been too lonely one night with you. Yeah, but I'm now praying for the thing that we two could plan would make my dreams come true.
Give me a little sweet inspiration by one from Chicago.
you very much. When you're feeling small, when tears are through your eyes, I will give you a star. I'm on your side. And friends just can't be found I'm waiting, I'm when you're down and out, when you're on the street, when you fall so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part.
Gentlemen, Elvis has left the building. Thank you and good night. We'd like to remind you following this evening's concert, the Elvis Souvenir concession stands will be open for a short while. If you didn't get your souvenir of your evening...
Thank you very much, everybody. This next song is a song that we did about a year ago. It's the story of my life. It's called Fairy Tale. Pack up all my things and walk away. I don't want to hear another word you have to say. I've been waiting for so long. I just want to have something wrong.
news. Elvis Presley, king of popular music, is dead at the age of 42.
The undisputed king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, is dead. He died this afternoon here in his adopted hometown of Memphis after apparently collapsing at his South Memphis mansion. And the mayor has ordered all flags in the city to be flown at half-staff.
Elvis Presley is dead at 42, possibly of a heart attack, an autopsy reveals tonight. Memphis, Tennessee is in mourning. Thousands of fans are reported gathered around his palatial mansion. The Memphis Telephone Company reports total overtaxing of its line.
It's hard for me right now. I can't believe it, you know. I just cannot believe it. It's such a sudden thing. And we worked with him up there, and I tried to get him to speak and tried to get him to breathe, and we done everything that we possibly could until the ambulance got here, and they worked with him, and there was never no sign of life after he fell, I guess.
Did he have a history of any heart trouble, Mr. Presley?
No, I was just talking to the doctor. I said, as far as I know, he never had any history of heart trouble at all.
When was the last time you talked with Elvis?
Last night.
How was he feeling? What did he say?
Well, he was just waking up. He said he hadn't eaten anything. He had to go eat, so we just talked a little while, and I told him I was going on a tour with him tonight, you know, and he said that'd be fine, more the merrier, you know. And he said he'd call me back a little later, but he didn't call back last night. So I guess he went to sleep, you know.
Well, there have been so many stories about Elvis's physical problems. Could you tell us anything about that?
Well, most of that was rumor. Said he was in pretty fast shape. He of course was a little heavier than he wanted to be, but he wasn't outrageously fat or nothing like that. You know, like a lot of people tried to make him out to be. He was in good shape. He played racquetball, and he was strong, and you know, so.
Good evening. Elvis Presley died today. He was 42. Apparently it was a heart attack. He was found at his home in Memphis, not breathing. His road manager tried to revive him. He failed. A hospital tried to revive him. It failed. His doctor pronounced him dead at 3 o'clock this afternoon. The end, at an early age, of one of the two most spectacular careers in the history of American entertainment.
Elvis's death this afternoon was swift and unexpected, as Mason Granger reports.
Elvis Presley died here about 3:30 this afternoon. He had been found in his bathroom, unconscious, not breathing, was brought to the hospital by ambulance. Efforts to revive him in the ambulance and efforts to revive him here at the hospital were unsuccessful, and Elvis was declared dead at 3:30. He had probably died earlier in the day, sometime between 9 and 2:30, doctors say.
Some of his employees, they immediately began emergency resuscitation procedures, and the Memphis Fire Department ambulance continued these cardiopulmonary resuscitation procedures all the way into the emergency department. There will be a post-mortem examination done. The physician feels that the indication is that it's a possible heart attack, but we won't know until that examination has been completed.
Well, he was upstairs in his bedroom, and I went upstairs to talk to him, and he wasn't breathing when I got up there.
Was he lying on the bed?
Yeah.
Has he been despondent over anything or anything?
I have no idea. They were getting ready to do a tour starting tomorrow, and so he was in a very good mood, very frank.
He was in fantastic mood last night. I talked to him last night when we discussed some songs we were going to do on the tour and everything. He was in a great mood.
None whatsoever.
How do you gentlemen feel about this?
I can't believe it.
It's
not real.
No, it's not. It's our friend.
Our musical history, the things that he did during his career, the things that he created, are really something important. He's going to leave millions and millions of friends and fans deeply bereaved, I'm sure, because he had an immense following. You could compare him to pretty near anyone. Sinatra, Elton John, or is he an Englishman? Neil Diamond, Sedaka, but in his time, in his day, Elvis was just as important as any of them, if not more so than most.
Among musicians, what do you think Presley will be remembered for most?
Boop, 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 boop. And Shaky Legs and fabulous teen music. Not too slight country western at all, because that's the way he started out. And his movies in the 50s.
Good Morning America's Rona Barrett remembers Elvis Presley in an interview this evening in Los Angeles.
I will never forget his return to Las Vegas at the Hilton. It was a night that will live with me forever. He was the personification of the word star. However, there existed a dichotomy in his personality, because while he was extremely religious on one hand, he could be frivolous on the other, and so insecure that he would walk on stage with a derringer in his boots. And in the end, still lonely, still insecure about a career that was constantly changing and still missing the warmth that only his mother could provide, Elvis Presley died an enigma, hopefully in peace. All his fans, including myself, will miss him.
Absolutely not. Elvis was never a drug taker, and he never took drugs at all. The only thing he took was sleeping pills just to sleep, just like everybody else, I guess, in his field. But I've never known Elvis to take any hard drugs whatsoever.
Do you suspect that his death may have been a drug overdose?
It could be. But, you know, I talked to his father in Memphis as soon as I heard the news. It was just a few minutes after he died, and he told me that it was a heart attack.
Where does Abe come from?
Elvis Presley's family and friends and fans assembled in Memphis, Tennessee through the night and into today. The crowd outside the Presley home was estimated at 10,000 this afternoon, and units of the Tennessee National Guard were activated to help keep order. The funeral...
Joy to the people of any one artist, because he brought everything. He was pop, rock, country. He gave them the release of the tension. The teenagers at that time were under a lot of pressure when he came on the scene. And Elvis's music gave release to that.
Guitarist and record producer Chet Atkins says Presley did more than influence music trends and hairstyles. He also helped make Nashville a place the record industry couldn't ignore.
With Elvis, it was something that actually happened. There was no hype there. It happened, and it happened in spite of the people in New York and the Brill Building and all those places, and I'm not trying to sound prejudiced, maybe I do, but until Elvis came along, the music business was mainly controlled from the Brill Building in New York. And he changed all that, thank goodness. Now you have places like Nashville and Florence and Memphis and everywhere.
Today's Studio B is a museum room full of memories of the songs that made Elvis Presley a superstar. Tonight, it will be filled again with musicians, many of them influenced by the magic that Presley created here, and hoping it will work again for them. Bob Brown, ABC News, Nashville.
Oh, sister, don't you? Oh, sister, don't you? Oh, sister, don't you kiss me once or twice? Say it's coming and you're gone. Oh, sister, don't you do what you do, sister, don't. Well, lady, your big sister, yeah, I took her to the show. I went for some candy, the whole game, Jim, and this stuff. Oh, sister, don't you? Oh, sister, don't you? Oh, sister, don't you? She went for twice, say it's very nice and then you're gone.
The death of Elvis Presley was big news around the world, especially in Britain, the birthplace of the Beatles. And even countries that frown on rock music took note of his death. The Soviet government newspaper Izvestia was critical, saying sharp business operators placed Presley's talents at the service of profits. In some Muslim African countries where rock is banned, radio stations broadcast lengthy obituaries as long as those normally given to heads of state.
Beautiful. I'm sorry, I couldn't come over and see you.
But you remember when President Kennedy died, years later people said, do you remember where you were when you first heard the news that Kennedy was dead? Remember where you are now. Because if you're feeling like me in a deep state of shock.
This is the CBS Evening News, with Roger Mudd substituting for Walter Cronkite.
Thousands of Elvis Presley fans streamed into Memphis today, hoping for a glimpse of the body of the former rock and roll king who died yesterday. Ed Rabel has a report.
Memphis police today escorted the body of Elvis Presley from a funeral home through city streets to Graceland, Presley's 14-acre estate. When they caught sight of the police-escorted motorcade, hundreds of Presley's waiting fans ran to try to catch a glimpse of the coffin as it was returned to the mansion through a back entrance. Some had maintained a vigil for hours in front of a wrought iron gate and along the 10-foot-high brick wall surrounding the estate. Others had driven hundreds of miles to get here and were caught in a traffic jam on Elvis Presley Boulevard in front of the mansion.
I'm here to see Elvis for the last time.
What was your reaction when you heard the news?
I was very sad. My whole household was very sad.
I can't believe that he really died. I work right across the street, and I can't believe it.
What makes you stand in this long line?
What makes me stand here? He was a good old Southern boy.
Afternoon temperatures rose into the 90s. The scheduled viewing of Presley's body was delayed an hour. The crowd grew and people began fainting. A small stream of fans was finally permitted to enter the mansion, but cameras were prohibited. Angered by what they termed ill treatment by the authorities, the crowd became unruly and officials threatened to cancel the public viewing. Meanwhile, relatives and close friends have been invited to attend private funeral services for Presley tomorrow. Presley's mother, who also died of heart failure at age 42, is buried in Memphis Forest Hill Cemetery. Here, near his mother's grave, Presley's body will be placed in a mausoleum. Ed Rabel, CBS News, Memphis.
Last night, we quoted a spokeswoman for the Memphis police as saying they were investigating the strong possibility of a drug overdose in the Presley death. But the coroner ruled today Presley had died because of an irregular heartbeat triggered by hypertension and hardening of the arteries, and the Memphis Police Department has closed the case. President Carter today described Presley as a symbol of the vitality, rebelliousness, and good humor of his country, and as one who had permanently changed American popular culture. Other Americans were reacting to Presley's death today, mostly by playing his music. Gary Shepard reports.
King said it all. Elvis Presley. Getting way down. Latest album.
Across the nation today, radio stations paid tribute to a man who, as of 1975, had sold more than 500 million records. And in record stores, there was a rush to buy a favorite Presley album.
Practically completely sold out except for 3 albums. We sold out of everything that we've had. We had people lined up outside the store this morning waiting to come in to buy Elvis records.
RCA Records is reportedly working day and night to turn out as many new albums as it needs to meet the demand. On Broadway, poster shops and novelty stores lost no time in getting in on the financial bonanza prompted by Presley's death. An Elvis poster was going for $3 and a T-shirt with his picture on it for the same price. One firm said it plans to put 100,000 Elvis buttons on the market within a few days. Some of the items were turned out within hours after word of Presley's death was first made public.
I've been very upset since I heard the news, and I just can't believe it. I just wish he would come back.
And in many parts of the nation, there were memorial services like this one in Los Angeles, attended by countless fans who still can't believe that the king of rock and roll is gone. Gary Shepard, CBS News, New York.
Tonight, his popularity was evident as fans turned out to buy his albums.
One of Peach's record store usually welcomes recording artists to Atlanta. Tonight, just a few hours after the death of Elvis Presley, the sign carries a far more serious message. Elvis Presley has been one of the giants of the recording industry. Tonight, after word of his death spread, many of his fans turned out at area record stores to buy his albums. At Peach's, more than 150 albums were sold in just a couple of hours. The stock started to run thin. Store management said a new shipment of Presley records is already on its way to Atlanta. Presley maintained a tremendous following from the beginning until the tragic end.
Where we are today, thanks to Elvis Presley, I think. The man who started it all. We all stayed behind him for a long time, and up until this afternoon, you know, forever I think people will think of him and remember him as being the leader of it all.
Pandemonium has broken out here on Elvis Presley Boulevard in Memphis. Thousands of fans from all over the country are converging on Graceland, trying to get in to view the body of the 42-year-old king of rock and roll. The world is shocked by Elvis Presley's sudden death after attempts to save his life failed. The apparent cause, according to his personal physician, Dr. George Nicopolis, is a heart attack. The singer's father, Vernon Presley, has requested that an autopsy be performed.
Superlatives linked with his name, the greatest and the king, but probably the most important thing is that each person listening, and all of us here, that Elvis had an effect, an important effect on each one of our lives. And what more can you say about an individual? He'll be remembered for many, many years.
Well, as long as intro, man. Sylvie breath instrument. Someone's got to do it. And now, the end is near. And so I face the final curtain. My friend, I say a prayer. I state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived, my life is full. I've traveled each and every byway, oh, much more than this, I did my way. Regrets, I've had a few, turn the piano down, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and so it proved without exception. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew when I belonged, oh, I could choose. losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all so easy to think I did all that, and when I say, not in a shadow, I did it my way. Oh, what is a man that he got? He's not himself, and he has truth in the world. He truly is, and in the world, but I can show I took the blow and did it my
Thank you very much.